Hey Aquarius, this is Mimi with Divination by Mimi. Welcome to your February 1st through the 15th, 2018 tarot reading, just a little bit of astrology. You are a fixed air sign. You rule the 11th house, which is about interrelating with other people. Yourself, your reputation in the world is conquered in the 10th house, and by the time we get to your constellation, the 11th house, we have to do with the collective. How we get along with everyone else in society, with other people. How can we work to make things better for everyone? It's very much on your mind. You're ruled by Uranus, which is a planet that has an energy of unpredictability, a little bit of chaos. Recently gone direct in the first house of Aries. And it will be moving by May into Taurus. So that's going to have some interesting changes. Watch for those in May. In your constellation at the moment is the Sun. Happy birthday. Also, it is Venus. Venus is not necessarily well placed in Aquarius, but she does show a different side to herself. Whereas normally she's very much about beauty and love and relating on a small scale. In Aquarius, she tends to bring those concerns to the collective. So it's how to beautify things for everyone. It's how to improve things for everyone. How does everyone relate better? The diplomacy part of it, things like that, comes to Aquarius. Of course, the Sun is there. You just recently had an eclipse directly across. So with Leo, Leo's your opposite sign on the fixed axis of Leo and Aquarius. You have the South Node, which is our past. Okay, and Leo has the North Node. So we just had a full lunar eclipse at the North Node in Leo. So it was very impactful both to you and to your polar opposite, Leo. Really important for all of us, actually, collectively. And that's something that's important to you. Mercury just recently went into your constellation. Mercury moves pretty fast. Fleetfoot one, so he won't be there long, and Venus will be moving out of your constellation along with the Sun. Well, let's see, the Venus will be going out of there around the 11th, making a move into Pisces. But the Sun will be there, of course, through the duration of your birthday time frame, and then we'll head into Pisces as well. So you've experienced a lot recently, and you're probably seeing a lot of your collective activism energy on the world stage, particularly in developed part of the Western world. So it's a very interesting time for you as we are moving into your era, the new eon of Aquarius, where it's much more about collectivism, which less about the top-down structures, less about the trickle-down theories, less about monarchies and hierarchies of that nature, and much more about how everything affects all of us as a collective. So I find it a very exciting time. Oh, that was a lot of stuff. So I think that's all I need to say about the astrology that's happening right now. Let's get into your reading. I am using the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith, which is just a recoloration of the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Doing a 4-card pull for you based on the February 1st through the 15th, 2018 time frame. The first card is a situation that you're in or something you're feeling or going through. Second card is a positive aspect to that. Third card is a negative aspect to that. And final card is any overall advice that Spirit chooses to give. So let's get into this for Aquarius, February 1st through the 15th, 2018. What's going on for Aquarius, February 1st through the 15th, 2018? Fixed air, the collective, the activist, ruled by Uranus. Loves change, loves progress as well, technological progress. Enjoying the energy of Mercury where there's clear communication. All right. What's up with Aquarius for February 1st to the 15th, 2018? Holy Hecate, Great Mother, Titaness, Creatrix of the Universe, Cosmic Soul, God. What does Aquarius need to know for February 1st, or what are they experiencing? What clarity do they need? Thank you. Getting rid of some heartbreak. You're moving on from some pain. Positive aspect to that. You're feeling generous, or you are experiencing the generosity of someone else. Having moved away from this pain, this is the result that you're feeling, something positive. Negative aspect. the High Priestess, but in reverse, Major Arcana. There may be a level of naivete about you that is keeping you from seeing things as they really are. This tends to be about things being hidden, things being things not as they seem, things being obscured from the truth, from view, from knowledge. And you're experiencing this in some capacity. So it looks as though, although you're moving beyond the pain, you may not have learned the life lesson of kind of a, I'm not having a go here, but kind of a willful naivete. Okay? Overall advice. Overall advice is the Happy Home card in reverse. All right, so you're moving beyond some pain, okay? And that's good. And as a result, you are feeling generous, and other people are generous with you, with their feelings, with their love, possibly even with their finances. Negative aspect is whether it's you being, I have a feeling it's you being giving of your time, of your energy, perhaps of money, but of your feelings, of your love. There is a level of willful naivete about you as you're going through this. And this is a life lesson for you. You need to understand the difference between being open and trusting versus getting the signals and letting them go by because you don't believe in your own gut instinct. You don't believe in your own intuition, and rather you have this kind of willful naivete about, well, I'm going to willfully overlook that red flag that was just thrown in front of me that I should have obviously taken note of to avoid hurts like this that I've just left before. Okay, so make sure as you're leaving this and you are expressing yourself and giving of yourself, be aware that it was an important lesson in this process to avoid being willfully naive, to avoid avoiding arguments just for the sake of avoiding them because you don't want to deal with them. When a red flag is dropped in front of you, you can't ignore it anymore. Okay? And it looks as though it might have been something you were taught as a young person. Perhaps you were raised by a narcissistic parent or in a narcissistic environment where you were taught that, you know, you overreact. Your emotions are not that important. When you're getting a signal, when you're getting a warning of sorts, that in the past when you've expressed that concern over it, I'm guessing when you were young, possibly in your upbringing, you were told you were being overexcited, you were being extravagant with your feelings, melodramatic, maybe you were called melodramatic, or your feelings or your concerns were set aside as unimportant. And kind of to the detriment of yourself, and as a result you were kind of bullied in this situation. And although you've escaped something painful and there's goodness that's coming from it, remember the lesson here was to stop, in other words, what you were taught as a child about what is okay and what is not, what is reasonable for you to express as a concern versus what is not. What you were taught then was wrong. Because if something is crossing your boundaries, if something's not okay with you, you have every right to address it and to say something. And I think that might have taught you over the many, many years, that so much so that now as an adult, you literally have this willful ignorance, this appointed ignorance, blinkers, blinders in a sense, to where you ignore very obvious red flags by other narcissists entering your life that are throwing them down in a sense to test to see just how much you'll take, how okay it is to cross your boundaries and to drain you. And it's not okay. Learn this lesson. Go with your first instinct. Your first intuition is trustworthy. Okay, Aquarius? I hope that helped. If you have questions or comments about this, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below the video. If you'd like a personal reading, please email me at memememes@hotmail.com. That email address is in the description box below the video, as well as pricing. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to see you on a regular basis. Check out your videos for your sign as well as any loved ones, and open a dialogue. If you think it helped you and it might help someone else, then share it. If I don't see you for a reading or for through the comment section, then I'll look forward to seeing you for the second half of February's readings, as well as the lunations. You take care, Aquarius.